hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Whee!
We're live.
We're back.
We're back.
And you are back at the Crone.
Yes.
How long has it been?
It's been a while.
A month?
I've been gone.
Wait,
I've been sick for 2 weeks, and before that, was I on the Crone or in the Crone
no,
or under the Crone?
We were with Dino. That was the judge's call.
Yeah, so that was from home. So
Yeah.
it's been probably over a month, and we're back now.
We're back now with a new game.
So you're watching the Alliance Open, and today is fight night.
Yeah.
Although we're doing it in the afternoon because of Corona reasons. Normally we'll play in the evenings, but due to the
curfew,
curfew,
yeah.
we can't make it very late. So it's better for us to record it in the afternoon, and we'll do a rerun in the evenings. And we'll be playing some Warcry. Martijn's going to teach me some Warcry. I've never played it before, so it's going to be a little bit of learning and let's play.
Yep.
Before we dive into that, we want to tell the good folks at home about our Patreon. We are the Alliance Open. We are a Dutch organization that makes or that hosts tournaments. And if you're familiar with us or have been to our tournaments, it pays. You'll have to pay, but it also pays to be a Patreon member because you get all kinds of different cool perks.
Already from €4 a month, you get like early bird tickets, and you get a 5% discount on Alliance Armory.
Yes.
So the further you go along with being our patrons, you get more. You'll immediately be part of the Heroes of the Alliance program.
Yep.
So when you buy terrain from us or you go to one of our events, you get points.
Yes.
And when you get enough points, you get dice, or you get more if you get higher in our tiers. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
We just started this Patreon about a year ago now. It's almost a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we had some very trusted followers. So we're very happy with your support. That's also what make this stuff like this possible.
Yeah.
Without the help of our community, we can't do anything, right?
Yes, and we've been slowly expanding. So mostly our Patreon gives perks and advantages for actually going to our events.
Yep.
But in the future, we plan also on expanding, like bringing you more content online and stuff like that to make it more interesting for a more diverse crowd. But definitely, if you go to our events and are already familiar with us, do take a look at Patreon. For now, that is the most interesting.
Yeah, indeed.
For those people. Also, we have Discord. Discord is all kinds of fun stuff. If you want to be more connected to our Alliance Open community, we have lots of stuff. Very diverse crowd. We have painting competitions going on. We have TTS tournaments going on.
You are working on your very own campaign.
I'm working on my very own campaign and keep people up to date in Discord as well. People are chatting, just talking hobby, or just hooking up to play online games or
competitive things. Like, do you think this is a good list?
Yeah.
Do you like? There's a lot you can do.
Yeah. So definitely check that out.
And we keep improving on the stuff. And if you have any tips on what maybe you want to do something on our Discord, or you want to do something else, make sure to contact us through Discord or through Patreon or through messengers. I mean, we are connected to almost everything there is. So there's no way you can say, well, I could not find you.
No, that's true. So with that out of the way and all said and done, let's jump right into this game, I would say. So you're going to teach me Warcry, so I'm giving the floor to you. And what is Warcry?
Yeah, so Warcry is one of the easiest skirmish games I have ever played for a thing like in fantasy. You have a small war band of maximum of 15 fighters. There are point values. Right now we're playing with the starter kit, which just says, okay, these are just done. I think I have a few points less in my army, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah. This is just to show you how the game works.
Yes.
Currently there are point values for almost every model there is in the Age of Sigmar range. Okay. Even slans and stuff like that. So you can even use those. Yeah. You could even, because you play orcs, you could even play orcs on a war grunter or whatever. So the game is still growing. Right. I have the book of Sentinels of Order right here. That is just all. So if you play any Age of Sigmar game, so all the war bands are in here. So my Xerophon are in there, but also all the other stuff is in there as well.
So this is a book for Sentinels of Order. Yeah. So in Age of Sigmar, so you just said basically Warcry is a sort of skirmish level game set in the universe of Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, it is. Okay. And the idea is actually that it is based around the Chaos Gods. so the first thing we have the Iron Golem versus the Untamed Beast, and these are two warbands in a Chaos Wasteland stuff type of thing, and they want to earn the favor of their gods.
Okay.
But since the game expanded, all the other battle tomes are in there as well. And the idea is to gain favor, and that's it. And some other stuff in there as well.
So you've got roaming battle or roaming warbands from order to chaos to destruction.
To destruction, finding treasure.
Just duking out for treasure and
or
fame,
whatever.
Fortune.
Fame, everything.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Okay.
So the easy thing about the game is that it's very easy. That's to start with. You only roll with d6s, so there's only d6 to roll with. Yes. There's no other dice to roll with. The terrain is actually preset by cards, so you have about 36 of these small cards that gives you how the terrain is set up.
Oh yeah, I can see. Yeah.
So this is the start setup of the game we're gonna play.
Okay, so let's take a look at the board then.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm gonna switch it over. So this is the board.
Yeah.
So just as a side note, you just told me that pretty much everything that people are seeing on the screen now, from the models to the cards to the board, you can see that we're actually playing on a custom sized board, and the terrain. It all comes in one box.
Yeah. So everything you see here came in one box. So all the cards, all the warbands we are playing with came in the cards. All the dice as well. Pretty neat dice with a 6 logo. So that's always good.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
That's always good. Dice. Yeah. So it doesn't come pre-painted, so you have to still paint it though.
Yes.
So if you're like, okay, I wanna do an easy without painting game, this is not for you, but that's okay. You also get universal ability cards and the cards you get from the Untamed Beast and the Iron Golem. So all the abilities you have, and of course you get just the core rulebook. So you just get the full book.
Yeah. A little lower.
Little lower. So with everything you need. So there's campaign rules in there. There's exhibition rules in there.
Okay.
Everything you need is in there.
Sure.
To give you an idea, this is the stack of cards you get with the game that actually makes up your mission.
Okay.
Because
so there are four different decks. Here.
Yeah. So I picked one for the deployment. That's this one.
That's one deck.
That's one deck.
Okay.
That's 36.
Yeah.
Then I have, I think, 36 for the deployment map, and that's actually because later on we'll see you have to divide your warband in 3 groups.
Okay.
And those groups are set on the board anywhere on the card. So the card actually says a few things on the card as well.
So there are 4 decks. Yeah. So the second deck is actually how your warbands are deployed.
Yeah, and that also says when you will get into reserves, but we'll get that later. And then we have the deck for the no quarter that says the victory conditions.
Okay.
If you want to play cheeky, fun games, there are a lot of them that's really unbalanced but very fun to play. There's going to happen some real shenanigans. I actually picked one that was built for a little bit more even play, so that both have the same chance and both the same victory conditions.
Sure.
And that's just really marked very clear by sign. So everything is also marked very clear.
So this one tells you what the victory condition for this game is.
Yeah. So on the back side there's actually very clear logos.
Okay.
We have one to pick because we wanted to give one to you guys to show you that this is the twist of the game. So
This is the fourth deck.
Yeah.
So the twist.
The twist. So and this can be from Chaos Beast to you see one that's yours.
Twisted. No, I don't want to see. I'm just showing. There's a little twisted logo.
But we're gonna get that because you got that. This is gonna happen. So the twist is gonna be Bloodwind.
Oh, I've accidentally drawn the twist.
Yeah. So and the twist reds. There's also very cheeky text on there as well. Hot winds bring with them the acrid tang of brimstone and blood. Khorne's presence is felt upon this battlefield. So Khorne is present.
So we're fighting for Khorne's favor? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, our warbands, we're going to take a look at that in a second, but they look pretty corny, both of them.
They could take a use of Khorne.
Yeah.
So
especially yours.
What's actually going to happen is you add 1 to the attacks and strength characteristics of all fighters this battle with 1 or more damage points allocated to them. So if you get damaged, you do more.
Okay.
So that's going to happen.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we're gonna roll.
The twist is we have the chance to do even more damage.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Also with the Chaos Beasts and stuff, there's sometimes you have beasts and.
So there are 36 cards. So basically there are 36 missions, 36 variations of how the trains is deployed.
Everything is 36.
So it's pretty in terms of
you have more than a million
replayability.
You have more than a million different lists.
Because even the combinations with missions and twists can be different, so it's got a ton of replayability. Actually.
And they have a lot of impact on the game as well.
Yeah.
So
sweet.
Even in tournaments, you still use twists. Sometimes they just keep some out of there because they're like redonkulous.
Yeah.
But sometimes there will still be played with some twists.
I'm already digging it. So let's jump into the warbands then. That's the
So the game consists of you have a warband of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 9 guys. And as you can, as most of you cannot see though, but there are cards over here. You can show it.
I'm going to zoom in anyway because we're going to take a look at your warband in a second.
Oh
first.
yeah.
So hold on, let me just a little bit more. There we go. There's the warband in the bottom, folks.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see, but this is a card for a
for one of the models that's yours, but it's okay. That doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the cards, there's a lot of information.
Yes.
I'm just going to show you. So this, let me pick one guy who has 2 types of different attacks. That's easiest. So I'm going to take this guy. So on the top left over here, you have a few cheeky things.
Yeah.
To the left, on the top left, that's the rune mark. So that's actually your warband. So what your whole warband has to have that same mark. Then you see how much you move. That's in inches.
So hold on, this is a little bit improvisational, but
yeah.
So there's this. Oh, I'm holding mine.
Yeah. So in the round, in the top left, that's the amount of inches you move.
Yeah.
On the top right, that's your toughness.
It's a circle right here.
That's a circle. That's your toughness, and then below that is the amount of wounds. So I don't know how much there is on yours.
This is the amount of wounds.
Yeah, that's actually quite a lot in the game, but we'll let you know why that is so high.
Okay.
Then below on the right of there, you can see the amount of points that it costs. So that in this case it's about 90 or something. So that's just for making your warband. And then below that there are your weapon profiles.
Okay.
There's 2 signs that actually says what it is. So in my case, the card I have here is one guy with a flail. He has a range of 3.
Mm-hmm.
He rolls 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
The strength is 3.
Yeah.
And the amount of damage it does is 1 or 2. And why is that important? Because the 2 actually stands for critical hits.
Okay.
So there is, compared to 40k or Age of Sigmar, there is no to-hit roll, there is no to-wound roll, there is no save roll, there is just 1 roll. If my strength is higher than your toughness, I had to roll a 3-up.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same? It's a 4-up. Is it less? It's a 5-up. And a 6 always wounds.
Okay.
And a 6 does is like a critical, and that does the second bracket.
Okay.
So if I just roll a wound, so let's say if I have to roll a 3-up, I roll a 3, I do 1 wound. Mm-hmm. If I roll a 6, I would do 2 wounds.
Yeah. Okay.
So and these are like foot soldiers, but like for the captain or your captain or your general or your leader, it does 2 or 5 wounds. So if you roll a 6, you immediately do 5 wounds.
Leaders have more wounds, they have better stats and more damage. Chance to deal way more damage than a average foot soldier.
Indeed, and sometimes you have some guys who do 1 or 2 damage, but they roll 5 dice, so then you have a big chance of rolling 6s.
Okay.
So that also works. There is not a real easy way to get +1 to hit, so you always get 6s and stuff. But it's just very fun to see. Sometimes you roll one guy, you roll 3 6s, and it's like, oh yeah, I do 18 damage.
Right.
Okay, you're dead.
Yeah, sure. If you roll enough 6s, I guess you can get real lucky. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is a dice game where sometimes the dice really screws you over when you're like, oh, you should not have been dead. Yeah, of course.
Isn't that every dice game?
Yeah. But because it's a low amount of dice you roll, there's a bigger chance to spike, and there's a bigger chance to.
You have less models, so the impact's bigger. Sure.
Yeah. So that's just one guy.
Yeah.
It's fairly easy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you understand one guy, you can understand the rest of the cards because they all work the same.
On the cards, there are some other marks as well. These are on the bottom right of the upper part. In this case, this would be a beast. So for the one over there, there's one over there. I don't know what it means, but when you have your, and this is the very very cool card. If you have your skill card, it says a few things.
All right, so there's these symbols on them.
Yeah, and
some of the symbols you can find also on the cards for the.
And easy as Dell. You only use the one. So if you want to use an ability and you don't have that rune, that mark on your on your guy, you cannot use it.
So these are extra abilities that they get.
And those abilities only go off with your dice you roll at the start of the round.
Okay.
The ability says double, triple, or quad. So if you at the start of the round, you roll 6 dice, both.
Okay.
Always. The amount of doubles, triples, and quadruples make up your ability pool.
Okay.
You count the amount of singles you have, and the one with the highest amount of singles gets to choose who goes first.
Okay.
You also get 1 wild dice, meaning you can pick one value that you want. So you can either steal the initiative, like, oh, we're both at the same.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use my wild dice to steal your initiative so I can go first. Or you can just say, okay, I'm going to use it to make my 3 6s into 4 6s and do some crazy damage with my abilities. Right. You can use as many abilities as you want.
Well, so give us a roll then.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a roll.
I can put on top of you.
Yeah.
There we go. So we've got a roll.
I've got a roll, and I'm just gonna pick 1 dice extra to be my wild dice.
So over here you've got now 2 doubles, 2 6s,
2 4s,
2 4s, and 2 singles. So in the phase where we're checking who gets to go first, you score 2 singles, which is not very high. But on the flip side, you've got 2 doubles.
Yeah. So now I have a wild dice. Let's say that you rolled only 1 single.
Okay.
Then I get to choose if I can actually make one in maybe another single to make sure that I keep my initiative.
So you could put in a 2 or 1.
Yeah, 2 or 1. Or I can just say I'm going to do 6.
So you get a triple 6 or any triple. It doesn't matter what kind of triple you have, but.
Yeah, it does matter because in some abilities it says the amount you have on your triple does extra. So you do 6 extra damage if you have 3 6s, but if you have 3 1s, you just do 1 more damage. So
okay, so it might matter.
Yeah, it might matter in the end.
Okay.
What you also can do is keep the wild dice for later rounds.
So you have one wild dice for the entire game.
For each round.
For each round.
So you can
save them up.
You can save them up.
Oh, okay.
But you cannot use the wild dice for the same amount. So I cannot use 2 6s to make it a quad.
So interesting. So it's basically, well, you don't have any control of it, but either you get to go first, most likely, or you have lots of doubles or triples even,
indeed.
or quads even.
Yeah, and those quads. So you have a list of abilities, and then you also have the universal ability, which anyone can use.
Okay.
And those are actually quite easy. Add 1 to move, add 1 to attack. There's some other like easy stuff. Triple that you can activate someone else in before the rest does. So you can do some cheeky little things.
Okay. So I'll keep these cards here nice and handy.
I know those.
So universal abilities, and then there's one for my actual warband.
Yep.
The Untamed Beast.
The Untamed Beast.
Which I have that you don't, but of course you have your own.
Yeah, I have my own, so I have another card also added, and on the back side you can actually see what the names of those guys are. So I have a Dominor, an Ogre Breacher.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check it out.
A Signifer.
So
a Drill Master.
So you've got a bunch of models over there.
Yeah. This is my big guy.
So that you've got a big guy.
He does extreme damage. He does 4 to 8 damage.
Okay.
But he doesn't roll a lot of dice, so he only roll 2 dice.
So what's your warband about? Because they look like they're called the Iron Golems. And they're basically followers of Khorne, right?
They're basically followers of Khorne.
Yeah.
And let's see. There's actually a cheeky little thing here about the Iron Golems. So just say everything you see in the game is you're seeking full power. That's it.
Okay.
And it's across the mortal realms, so it's very easy to see because the other warbands you have is like the Splintered Fang, the Unmade. So everything is human.
Okay.
So, or at least part human.
Humanoid.
Humanoid or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the Iron Golems are just all about destroying as much as possible and getting the favor that way. Okay. That's why this guy has no hands, but he has a hammer and a wrecking ball as hands.
Yes, it's a very evocative warband. Yeah. They've got a bunch of huge hammers, axes. They're very heavily armored, so I'm sort of guessing they're quite tough too.
Their toughness is quite okay, but their strength is very low.
Okay.
So they don't do a lot of, the strength is usually from the small guys only 3. But my toughness is all 4.
All right.
I'm quite slow as well.
And so so you've got those guys, and I'm playing. You can't see them on screen, guys, but I'm playing the Untamed Beasts
I'm gonna pick this and put these on.
So I guess I'll just show off like one.
Show them off.
You're closer to the camera. If you can hold one to the camera. So the Untamed Beasts are kind of like barbarians. They're equipped with, they're wearing like heavy fur and cloaks and leather, and they're equipped with bone.
Their weapons, yeah. They're
bone weapons stuff, and stuff. So they're sort of like a roving barbarian war band.
Yeah.
And so the Untamed Beasts and the Iron Golems are going to face off.
They're going to face off and wreck face.
Well, hey Akol, welcome to the chat, my brother. Well, not my brother. But brother from another mother. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're ready for some Warcry.
Yeah.
I think we're about ready to get into it. We've got our terrain ready. Let me switch over to the top cam. There we go. We've got our terrain ready. We've got our mission ready. Have you read it out loud yet?
No, just read the mission. And
So we'll be fighting, but also the victory objective for this game is the battlefield is divided halfway along its width and length into quarters of equal dimensions. Alright, so there's 4 quarters.
Yeah, so just like this. So this is a board, because it is a board of 4 quarters. So
so it's very easy, very intuitive. At the end of each battle round, each player scores 1 victory point for each quarter of the battlefield that has more fighters from their warband wholly within it than it does enemy fighters. Models within more than 1 quarter do not contribute towards the number of models in any quarter. So if they're on the line between 2, they don't count towards any of the quarters. Okay, so the battle ends after 3 battle rounds, which sounds very short. So
but you can activate all your models once, so that if you're just gonna say, okay, I'm taking one minute a model, which is fairly easy. You have 9 models, I guess. 9 models. I have about 9 models, so you can see that a round takes about 20 minutes.
So is this, by the way, let's finish the card first. So the battle ends after 3 battle rounds, and when the battle ends, the player with the most victory points naturally wins the battle. So it's about having.
So it's not about killing per se, but it does mean that if there's someone in your quarter and you're like, okay, I just want to kill this guy.
And also the twist, I think we read it, but we'll recap. The twist specific to this game is add 1 to the attacks and strength characteristics of all fighters this battle, with 1 or more damage points allocated. So basically, when they get hurt, they go into a sort of blood frenzy and they become stronger.
Yep, indeed.
All right.
Quite easy, actually.
It's pretty easy. It's very easy to understand.
Yeah, so a few more things before we start.
Yes.
Before the game starts, we have to roll for priority. The only thing you do is just roll 1d6 and then see who rolls the highest. Mm-hmm. Then you have to divide your army in 3 groups. The dagger, the shield, and the hammer.
Yes.
The dagger usually starts, so we're just going to see the dagger will come in. So, Stefan, if you can look over here.
Yes, I'm looking.
The dagger will be on the table from round 1. Over here, you can see round 2 and round 3 over here. So your, what's it called? Your shield. Let's just say that you will be red. Your shield will come into on. Let's see what's north. So let's keep the let's keep it like that. Mm-hmm. It's easy. So. They will come in here within 3 inches of the whole quarter, so you can just go over here and then 3 inches.
So hold on. How do I know which models are a dagger?
Yeah, so you're gonna divide it by road. You can actually choose that before we start the game. So normally this would not be known. So everything here would be unknown, and you just pick something for your dagger, your shield, and your hammer. And then after that, you can sometimes get screwed. Like, oh shit, I have to put my shield in first while I was thinking about putting my dagger in first. So that actually makes the game different.
So the card, let's see. The card actually tells you when
your reserves
models are coming in what round and on what side of the map.
Of the map, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. And you pick which roll basically.
Yeah. So what you actually do. So let's just start by rolling a dice. Who gets the priority? So I roll a 5.
I roll a 2.
So now I get to divide my party into groups, 3 groups, and there's 2 rules. Each must have at least 1 fighter, and cannot have more than half the number of fighters, and at least 1/3, rounding up, must be in the shield.
So you've got fighters and what's the shield called? Defenders or something?
Yeah. So you have dagger, shield, and hammer.
Oh, okay. But I can see only hammers here. So
dagger.
Oh wait, yeah. So
dagger,
dagger.
shield, hammer.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And since I have priority now, I will just take blue. Doesn't really matter at all, but I'll just take blue. And I'm gonna use, so these two guys have range, so I want these two to come in later. So these two guys will be in the shield together with this guy.
Okay.
And then I have my dagger, which will be these three. No.
You can't really see what you're doing though, so you're gonna have to put them a bit more.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put my second, so my shield will be these two guys, my biggies.
Alright.
And then my hammer, so the last one, will actually be these two, like three, and these three will be my dagger. So these three will start at the.
So daggers are starting on the board?
Yeah, so these are starting on the board. They start within 3 inch of that model. So you just So you just pick that model. So it's going to be 8 inch. So 8 inch from the middle, which will be here. So they will start within 3 inch of this thing, and yours will start at 3 inch of this.
And how many units is there a minimum, like one of one?
You have to have
unit?
one in one group,
yeah,
at least. And in your shield, you have to have 1/3. So your shield needs to be 3.
So models,
at least,
model
yeah,
count.
at
Okay.
least, yeah.
Sure. I guess I'll take my squishiest ones in dagger, probably, or not dagger in the later rounds, because they're easier to kill. I guess that makes sense. So
just like same as that. So these did the same as well.
Yeah,
so these will be in the later rounds.
I've got a group over here that only has 8 health, so I guess I'll put them.
It's just 3 the same guys. So you
hammer.
take this card it's easier for you to keep on your health, because over here we have health tokens.
Okay.
So that makes it easier for you to.
I'll put the 3 with most health, I guess, in
the middle.
In the middle. And
just to give you a tip, this guy can actually make him like when you activate him, you can use.
So these two work
together. You really want those two together, and this guy has range as well. You don't want range in the last.
Okay, sure. So
just give you a little tip.
Sure. So I guess it's not very clear what we're doing on the screen, guys.
No, not yet, but we'll see that later.
But we've divided the groups, and we've now got, and these 3 will be the.
You can't put more in your shield. You can just put one guy in your last one, and the guy over there, the one you have over there, has a very good throwing thing.
These are my shields, and this is the dagger.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do 2 and 2, or something. Sure, I'll do 2 and 2. There we go. So these will be the hammer, or the last 2 will be over here, the hammers. This will be the shields, and these will be the daggers.
Yeah. So you start with your kitty stuff.
I guess.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
You want your kitty stuff, or maybe even range stuff to become first.
Alright.
But for me, it's also, I've played this game like maybe 5 times, so it's not like it's easy.
Sure.
So okay, we did the priority.
Yes.
Then. Okay.
So
I'm going to set up my dagger because I want to priority. So these 3 guys will go in here. So we have to be within 3 inch of that thingy. So this is 8 inch from the middle to this here. So that's over here. For shooting, because you can maybe shoot, if you are behind terrain, you get +1 toughness. So this is my leader.
Alright.
Sure. And then I'm gonna get this guy over. You can actually go on top already, so I'm just gonna go on top. You can choose a vertical position, that doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be 3, so you can be anywhere vertically. So if you would have been here, you could actually just start up.
Oh, okay, so you just have to be within 3 inch.
Yeah. For you guys at home, or same for you as well, you can always jump. So you can jump from here to here if you make it.
Okay.
You don't have to count any. You can actually jump like this and just fall. If you fall, you can get impact damage. If you roll a dice, if you roll a 1 on your dice. You get impact damage, and then you can get actually quite some real damage.
Okay. Anyway, so I'll be 8 inches.
Yeah, so I already put one over here.
Oh, okay. So within 3 inches of handy dandy
so it's
tech template.
It's actually a little bit further. So over here. So this point over here is where we start.
So do any of you guys have any shooting?
Yeah. So my range is maximum range is 3, but I move only 5. So my threat range to really talk tactics is only 8. Okay. So I can only get to the middle.
Okay. So I have to be 3 inches of what?
Yeah. So this is 3 inch template. Yeah. So this is the point over here. Okay. So you can just move a circle like this.
All right. So one guy could be over here.
Yep.
And the other 2 have to be.
So these are doors. You can, as an infantry model, or you can walk through doors. He cannot, because he cannot open a door. Okay. He can actually move through archways. That's no problem. So we have a door over here. Yeah. And we have a door over here. These are doors.
Ah, I can see.
Yeah. Okay. It's actually quite clear.
Alright, so I'll put him around the corner a little bit.
Yeah, so we did everything we needed to do.
Okay.
Let's roll priority.
So now we roll 5 dice. So
6 dice.
6 dice.
So you have 5?
One more black die. Or you need to give me the red ones. Either way.
You take the red ones? Okay. I think it's actually the red one, yeah, so I think it's actually correct.
So I'll roll first.
Yeah.
Alright. And I'll just shove it to the side here. So I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got only 1 double, but I do have 4 singles.
So let's see what I roll. I roll 5, 5, and then also 4 of the other dice.
Yeah.
So now we're in a stalemate. So what's going to happen? Each player counts any singles. A dice whose roll score is not the player with the most singles has the initiative. On a tie, players roll off, and the winner has the initiative. So we already got a roll off, guys.
So there's not a straight roll off. Okay. So you roll a 1, and I roll a 4.
Yeah. So now you get to choose. So you have the initiative. Now you get a wild dice.
Yeah.
So you get 1 dice, and you can choose what you want to do with it.
Okay, so okay, sure.
You can either make a triple or another double.
Look, I'm not gonna bother just yet. I'm gonna keep it as is, because I don't think this first round is very crucial yet.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna save that one wild die for later. So I guess I'll put my black die over here.
So now I can actually be cheeky and just say, okay, I wanna...
You can put in like a 5th... or an extra. You can make your double a quadruple, or you can make an extra double.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna have to check because my models next round will come over there. So that's not really cheeky. Cheeky. And my universal, I just have to put through. I know most of them by head, but not all of them. So I just want to make sure I don't forget any of the universal abilities.
Like you have a card over there.
Yeah, you only have 1 of those.
You only have the 1 card.
Yes.
So universal, you can do a rush for +1 movement.
Yeah.
Onslaught for +1 attack. A triple, a respite.
Oh yeah, that's just heal the amount of damage.
Yeah, you can't fight.
Yeah.
Or rather, you can't use this ability if you're close to enemy fighters, but you heal damage points. Or for triple, you can Inspiring Presence, and you pick a friendly fighter that's not near any other fighters.
Yeah.
And you can activate it immediately. Or for quad, you can make a warrior go on a rampage.
Yeah.
And then make a bonus move action, and then they make a bonus attack action.
Yeah, so you... Just to be clear, you make a bonus move and then he attacks. So not an attack and a move. There's 4 actions you can actually do. Move, attack, disengage, or wait. Okay. Disengage just means you move away and you out of combat.
Okay.
Else, if you don't use a disengage, you cannot get out of combat.
Okay.
So that's actually fairly easy. Is there one more thing? Yeah, so the disengage makes a normal move of up to 3 inch in any direction, but must finish the action more than 1 inch away from any enemy fighters. If that's impossible, you actually cannot disengage. Okay. So you can actually choose now because you got the initiative.
So I've got my warriors over here. They're beneath this wooden gantry. So I get to pick one warrior, and he gets to do.
Yeah, he gets to do 2 actions.
2 actions.
Which can pick from move, attack, disengage, or wait. And if you have used it, you just put this next to it. So
and he makes those. So I activate him, and he gets to make those 2 actions.
Yep. At the same time. If you want a a different tape measure, there's one on the.
I'm fine with this. So I could either pick my leader figure. A leader. I don't know if it's very smart to send him out there on his own against 3 other guys. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm actually going to... So when actually do you use your doubles?
You can use them at any time in your phase. So
okay, but can I, once I've activated a model, can I later use a double to make him do something again, or do I have to use doubles during their activation?
No, you have to do it during their activation. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't read any of the abilities yet, so I think I'll just leave that for now and read it when you're busy. Yeah, sure. So I guess I'm going to activate my what's he called? I don't know. His name isn't on there. My 4-legged beast here.
Yeah.
And he gets to move 8 inches. So he can go either.
He's very fast.
He's very fast. So, and he moves He moves faster. Close to his little buddy over here.
No, you can use one of his abilities. So the 3rd one.
Okay.
It says so when you use your whip master or something, you can actually just use him to attack again, right? So it says, just read it out loud, let the guys know. So the 3rd one with the whip.
Yeah, sure.
So this one. It reads
Beastmaster, pick a friendly fighter with the beast rune mark, which the beast has.
Yep.
And within 4 inches of this fighter, that fighter makes a bonus attack action.
Yeah, so then you can actually activate a different guy.
I guess I'll just move him 8 inches forward here towards the building with the bell.
And then you can actually use another 8-inch because you move twice.
You can move twice?
Yeah.
Okay, but I do want to kind of keep him near the Beastmaster if I can at all. And she can move 5 inches, so she could actually move
around
over
10
here.
Yeah, around 10.
And he needs to be
4
within
inch.
4, so I guess I can move him here to the pool. And he will still be in range of her ability if I want to. Okay, so
Alright, so
I went.
So now you just put this one next to it so that you know that it activated.
So it went.
Yeah. So what I can do actually now, what can I do? I'm gonna activate. Let's see if this is possible. If I move him, he moves 4. He will never get into that range. So I will move. I'll just double move this guy and just move him here.
Okay.
There's a. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just double move him over here.
Okay. So now it's my turn again?
Now it's your turn again.
Alright. Sure, I'll move my my Beastmaster. Master of Beasts. So she's gonna just move in behind him. And I'm gonna just say she's fine for now over there.
Yeah, so you just make one move.
I just make a move.
Alright. So my leader, how much does he move? Does he also move 4? I'm very slow. So he gets to move twice as well. So he's going to move over here.
Okay.
And now it's your turn again.
Yeah, so I only have my leader left.
As you can see, this can be a very quick game right now because we don't immediately charge right in front of each other. So the attack will only happen later.
Where is my leader going to go?
So you have one double now, right? So what you can actually do is use one of the universal rules to give him +1 move.
Yeah.
So you can actually move further. Farther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think because he moves. How much does he move? 5 normally. I don't think 6 is going to move me anywhere.
So to give you an idea, if you get into like engagement, for example, to him, I have to use Disengage to get out of combat. Okay. So sometimes it's even good to just say, okay, I'm just gonna touch you. I don't really need to attack, but I'm just gonna touch you to be annoying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, play it a little safe for now and unleash the fury later rounds. I'm just gonna move him over here and call it.
Yeah, you call it?
I call it. I'm nice over there in a nice triple defensive formation.
Like
right.
you thought of it.
I thought of it.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna make this. So
I'm trying to bait you out with my beast.
Yeah, I know. You bait me, boy.
I'm baiting you. Anyway, I don't know. Am I baiting you though?
I don't know.
Huh?
We both don't know. I'm gonna take the high ground.
Take the high ground.
So I'm just gonna move because it's
Star Wars.
Because it's 3 up. I'm gonna use my double to give him +1 move. It actually says it's only the next activation, right? Or the rush. It says, and one to the move creatures of this fighter until the end of their activation. I can actually move 10 now.
Okay.
So 3 and 2, and I'm gonna do 3. I'm just gonna be on top of you. So to give you an idea, if you attack me and you roll a crit, I have to roll a dice. If I roll a 1, I fall off.
Ah, I see.
And if I fall off, I get damaged.
Okay.
So bring it, boy.
I guess.
Now we're gonna count points. I get 2. Ha! I don't know. I got 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the mission part. Sure, I get 1 point.
Yeah. So I will just represent it by these dice. So
about the mission part. That's right.
1 point for you.
I was just very busy just
getting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, it's 1 to 2.
Let's roll some
yeah,
dice.
We're gonna roll activation dice again, or what have you.
Yeah. So roll at the same time. It's
same time.
3, 2, 1, go.
So 1, 3.
Oh, you have 2 doubles.
2 doubles. Yeah. True.
I got only 1 double. Oh no, I got 1 triple.
Triple.
And I got 3 singles. So I get to have priority.
Yeah.
But you can actually use your one of your wild dice to make it better.
I could make it wild, boys.
Okay, so I get a wild dice as well.
I could make it wild.
And my things will come up there. So I want to... where's this guy? Where's this guy?
So let's see if I can...
Yeah, so I want people. I really want 1 double.
The board actually. Alright.
So I'm gonna make
some of Martijn's guys over here on the
I'm gonna make
buildings ready to pounce.
I'm gonna make a quad.
Huh?
Quad 5.
You're gonna make a quad 5, huh? Alright. Can I now use a dice to actually go first?
Yeah, but I have another wild dice.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make 1 into a double.
Okay.
And it's gonna be the 6.
Okay.
Is it gonna be the 6? Is it gonna be? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's gonna be the 6. So this is my final count. So 1 crot, 1 double, and 2 for the initiative.
Okay. Sure.
Haha.
Well, I make a triple on something. Sure, I'll
triple it.
I'll use 1 to make a triple.
Yeah. Triple 6.
And you know what? Maybe I might just use my other one to make 6. So a triple 6, and then I'll use my other one maybe to let's say make I can make 2 triples. Let's see what I can do with that. Let's see until the end of the next time this fighter finishes a move, pick a visible. Okay, now we need to do value. How do you determine the value of an ability?
That's just the dice you rolled. So if there's a 6, their value is 6. So I have an ability here that says the living battery ram. It's a triple.
Okay.
Until the end of the fight activation, the next time this fighter finishes your move activation.
I'll make 2 triples.
Yeah,
there we go. Got 2 triples.
So if you use the one that says, I think you can do pounce with this guy.
Yeah.
If you use the 1, you do 1 damage. Mm-hmm. If you use the 6, you do 6 damage.
Okay.
Because that's the value that's on the dice itself.
All right.
So now that we're even, because I went down.
I guess I'll make three doubles.
Yeah, 1 double. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so now I still have the initiative.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so let's see how I'm gonna play this. Now we get to do reserve phase.
Okay.
So your shield is coming in on this side. So and then within 3. So it's gonna be 1 guy over here, and 1 guy over here. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be it. And now yours is coming over here.
I forget what my shield guys actually were. I think it's these.
Yeah, those 2.
Okay.
Those 2 will come within 3 here.
Okay.
So over here, the whole side, right? You can do. You can also be over here actually, if you want.
No, I'll be over here.
Yeah, or even closer, that you can immediately charge.
Sure.
If I go down.
I'll be over here. Can defend actually my bigger guy, so you can't actually reach him. There you go.
All right.
Surprise!
Surprise!
So we've got flanking dudes, both of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. When all but 1 fighter in a player has been taken down. Oh yeah, so your guy, you can only use 1 ability at the same time. So with in one activation you can use 1 ability, except
you mean
if he's
the special abilities.
Yeah, except if he's the last man standing, he can use as many as you have.
Oh, okay, he becomes Fury incarnate. Okay.
So what am I gonna do? We can
nice
take
quadruple.
We can take these away. Yeah, I actually have a plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna move.
Alright.
If this is. I'm just gonna move double. I'm just gonna sack this guy. I don't care. I'm gonna move double. So this guy moves 4, and then he falls down.
Okay.
Because
you
he's
know what?
more than 3.
Can you give me actually the camera over there? Just give it to me. I'm gonna move the people in a little closer here. To hopefully.
So I'm actually have to make a fall. Actually, so I'm just gonna make sure to read that right. There are a few situations that can cause a fighter to fall. Firstly, if a fighter finishes a move action within the center of their base, not on either the battlefield floor or on the platform, that fighter is said to have fallen. Secondly, if a fighter is climbing when that fighter's activation finishes, ja, dan val je ook door. The opposing player picks. That's not really smart. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a double move. So I'm just gonna go. He was over here, so I have to move 1 and go down, and then I'm gonna move 4 again, and I'm gonna be over here.
Okay.
Within engagement range, so I'm within 3 of both of the guys, or all the 3 guys, right?
Yes.
And then I'm gonna use my quad.
Yes.
And that reads: allocate a number of damage points to all visible enemy fighters within 3 of this fighter equal to the value. So those guys all get 5 damage.
Okay.
So that's just.
Sure. So how do I mark my damage?
There you go. Damage for
okay, so here with the cards.
Damage for him. And damage for him. So you'll still have enough health points, but.
Yeah.
And now he is actually engaged. So
okay.
That's just.
Mine.
I know, but that's just why I did it.
That's all I wanted all along.
Ah, my plan. I never when a plan comes together.
So now it's my turn?
Yeah, so I can put the activation over here. Shall I take... so guys, just so you know, over here, I did the whirlwind of death.
Yeah.
Or
so you take the camera. We're going in guerrilla style. Guerrilla style.
So we got 2 guys over here as well.
Yeah, I'll switch it back. So this guy over here went rampage and just did damage to all my folks. So I guess I'll activate my Whipmaster, my Beastmaster, because I have one of the doubles, and she has a neat ability where I can use one double. I'll use the double one to actually use her Beastmaster ability. I will pick a friendly fighter with the Beast Mark, which is this beast over here.
Yeet over here.
Little guy over here. And he's going to make a bonus attack action.
Yeah, and now you actually have damage.
Yeah.
So now the Blood Wind comes into effect.
Yes.
Read it again. What does the Blood Wind do?
The Blood Wind says when I have one or more damage points allocated to my models, they get +1 to the attacks and strength characteristics.
So you get +1 attack. So how many attacks do you have?
I have... do I have to make that a special attack now?
Yeah, so you have to do that now.
Alright. So he has a biting attack, which rolls 4 dice.
Let's just keep these as attack dice.
Okay.
It's easiest.
Sure.
So you normally have 4.
But I get +1 because I'm damaged.
Yep. And you go to toughness.
Strength 5.
Strength 5.
Yeah.
My toughness is 4.
So that gives me actually 3 ups.
3 ups. And how many damage do you do with
so
every?
I'll roll them,
I'm just gonna show it to you guys.
Alright.
Real quick.
Oh yeah, in here. So I'm actually gonna remove these real quick. There we go.
If you will.
Yes, if you will, please. So we're rolling 3. So I roll 3.
So
and
you
one
roll
6.
1 6. So that actually does 5 damage, right?
Yes, but +1.
No, it's +1 strength, right?
And or more.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do 2, 2, and 5. So you do 9 damage.
Yeah.
So that guy over there, 9 damage. So take 3 of these. That's actually quite neat that they did like 1 on one side and 3 on the other side. So
Yes.
So be very smart. Very smart. Alright. So this is actually only the bonus attack action he got from the whip. So now he gets to do his full action. So he can do whatever.
Yeah. So the girl
the
gets to finish making her attacks. So she's got range on her attack. So she's going to whip you from afar.
Whip it.
So I'm just going to attack you with the whip, which rolls 4 dice.
+1.
+1, so it rolls another 5 dice. Yeah. So.
Is it an item or sorry,
the roll. So she's strength 5 with the whip as well now with the +1 because she's damaged as well. He played right into my.
Your feet is
well, 3s. So I roll a 6 and 2 normal successes.
Yep.
So that's 2 damage and for the 6 and 1 damage for each one of those.
So that's 4 damage in total.
Yep.
Giving me 3, 4. So I have remaining just 2 health.
Alright. Can I attack twice with the same weapon?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, so I guess I'll just do that.
Do that again, boy.
So
you know you're gonna
another
fail.
5 dice.
You know you're gonna fail. No.
Nope. So I actually have all successes. So she brutally murders that thing.
So this guy, I actually did what he needed to do.
He did 15 damage to my party.
So he has 15 health. I did 15 damage.
So
okay.
Yeah. And it only took, I guess.
Yeah, it
only took one guy.
One activation.
Well,
So it's
one activation, so it's
yeah.
pretty neat. Okay, so that's her activation. She attacked twice and used an ability.
I'm gonna give this to you.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's my turn.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna save this guy. How many attacks does the one with the javelin has? Javelin has 8 range or something? Yeah, so he can actually already shoot. You do 2 to 5 damage, but you only have 2 shots. So if you roll a crit, he can fall down, which is not good. I forgot to put this guy away. So I'm just gonna move these guys over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the big guys.
These guys over here.
So let's start with the banner dude. And he's just gonna move twice. And I'm just gonna move him. So there's no door over here.
Nope, it's all solid rock.
So
solid as a rock.
So I'm just want to move him over here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put it over here. This is actually dangerous terrain, but I have enough move.
Okay.
So because I double move. If you move over it and you roll a 1, you get damage.
Okay.
So this is dangerous, and if you wanted to move like this, that would be dangerous.
Okay.
Or deadly terrain even.
Deadly, eh?
Deadly, eh? So that actually is a fairly easy one.
Okay.
Just put him over here.
Yes. Okay.
Your turn.
Yeah. So, let's see.
I'm just gonna put this guy back a little bit back over here. Is that okay?
Yeah, I suppose. Okay, so my Beastmaster went. I've got those guys over there, and I've got the actual beast, the hound. I'll call him the hound. That's my leader.
You have seen way too many. I've
seen too many. I've seen too many.
I've seen too many.
Yeah. So let's try and remember actually the objective of the game this round. So here we're contesting for now.
No, you have two.
Oh, I already have two models. Yeah. Okay. Do any of those guys have range? Yes, the guy with the spear has 8 range. That's pretty neat. So, and there's no actual vertical measuring, there's only horizontal.
No, there is vertical measuring for the thing, but you are within range. I already measured it.
Okay.
That's good. But I have +1 toughness because I'm like, if you shoot like this.
Alright, so there's stuff in the way.
Yeah,
there's cover. Okay.
So that means I got +1 toughness.
So, and I can throw his spear basically twice, although it only has strength 2.
No, it has 2. No,
it has 2 dice.
2 dice, and the other one is strength.
Okay.
So you have strength 4.
So
I have toughness 5.
Okay, so I'll need 5 to wound you.
Yeah.
Okay, but 6 is actually do 5 damage with that thing.
Yeah, and if you roll a 6, I can fall down because of.
Okay. I guess I'll just activate him. I think that's a pretty solid
Neat,
choice.
right? Next turn, I will come with these guys. I will come up here. Don't forget that.
Yeah, but I'm actually also behind the wall, so it's pretty nice, right? That offers.
Yeah, if I'm from here and I attack you, that is possible, but you get +1 toughness again.
Okay. I can do a harpoon snag with him.
Harpoon me, boy! Wait.
This fighter makes a bonus attack action. After that attack action, the fighter targeted by that attack action makes a bonus move directly towards this fighter, as if they were jumping a number of inches equal to. Okay. So I could make you jump towards me. So you know what? That sounds like a lot of fun. So I'm going to.
I'm going to just have some fun.
So I'm going to sack my 3/4 to do that.
Yep.
And then I'm going to make a.
No, you had your 3 6s, but.
I had 3/4 and 3 6 because I used two of my.
Oh, you did that
dice.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, I did that too, man. Playing hardball. I'm playing hardball too, man.
Harpoon to get.
Hardballs all
Harpoon to get.
Hardball, yeah, exactly. So I roll 2 dice.
Yeah.
So let's do that first. So I need 5s. 6s are pretty juicy. But I do have a 5 though.
So that's 2 damage?
That's 2 damage. And now you have to make a move towards me.
Yeah. But the funny thing is now, so there's this guy. And it's 6 inches, right?
Yes, and it's equal to the value of his ability, which is 4.
And do I have to end closer, or do I just go straight to
the... the fighter targeted by the attack makes a bonus action directly towards this fighter.
Okay, so then I would move 4.
Yes.
And then I go like this.
You fall down.
I fall down. So I'm going to fall in.
You're going to fall in?
If a fighter is said to have fallen, the opposing player picks a point on a platform or the battlefield floor. I'm on the battlefield floor now. That is within 2 inches horizontally of the fighter that has fallen and is vertically lower.
Okay.
The fallen fighter is then placed with the center of their base on that point. So you can actually move me 2 points to...
Another 2 inches.
Another 2 inches.
I guess I will. So I guess I'll move you over here, like this.
Okay.
Or rather, hold on. What is actually the range of your weapons?
My range is 3.
3. So I'm actually going to keep you. I'm not. Do I have to do that?
You can actually go that way as well.
I guess I'll push you back a little bit.
Yeah. So I'm outside of 3.
Yeah. That's basically what the goal is.
Yeah. And if I fall down, that is suffer impact damage. So now I have to roll the dice.
Okay.
And on a 4 or 5, I get 1 damage.
Yeah.
And on a 6, it would have been 3.
Nice. Nice. Extra damage, boy.
Score.
Extra damage, boy.
Right.
All right. I'm just going to throw my spear at you again, because it's fun.
I'm not within. So now you only have to need 4s because I'm not within the terrain.
So I need 4s or better. 6s are pretty good on this guy. So I've got a 4. So that's another 2 damage.
So I have 5 damage now.
There you go.
Alright.
And that's his activation, so I guess I'll put an X mark with him.
So guys at home, I see that only Akol actually answered any of the... It doesn't matter, I mean, that happens. It's okay. But please tell me, guys, if for those who are watching, what you think.
Yeah? What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
So now I'm gonna activate. He's gonna die anyway. So I'm gonna activate him.
So you're gonna activate this guy?
Yeah. The whip. Whip it real good.
He's over here.
Yeah, so, and he doesn't have anything special. Alright, so he has a move of 4. If I go... So this guy has toughness 3, I guess. Or not. Toughness 4. Everything has toughness 4. That's not good, man. I don't like
I'm tough and strong.
Toughness strong.
Yeah.
I'm so strong.
He's desperately going to fend off my 2 warriors over there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over here.
Here he comes.
Here he comes to save the day. And I'm gonna attack you.
Are you gonna use any of your special abilities?
Not yet.
Not yet. So
I have to roll 4 dice actually. That's quite good.
Okay.
So 4 dice. I have strength 4 now because I'm damaged. And I have toughness 4, so I need 4s.
Okay. Alright.
So I do 2 damage.
Successes.
Just 2 damage.
On which guy?
On
The axe. Okay.
Guy.
So he suffers 2 damage.
Yep.
There we go. Now how many health do I have? I have 10 health.
Yeah, so this just to make sure that with an 8-inch move you can actually get not close enough to him to charge him in one buckle.
One fell swoop.
One buckle.
Yeah.
So that is his turn.
Actually got a, did it?
Is this the...
Yeah, that's the one that's in the way a little bit.
Oh, it used to be over there. Yeah. Give me a sec.
Alright, we're going to MacGyver the situation. But it's my turn anyway. So, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you made a move and a, so, I guess I'll just... that area is not a threat for me anymore.
Not really, though.
And 8 inches. What's his move again? Of the hound. 8 inches. So I can't actually do. So I could go 6 over here and then 2 over there. And I have to come within.
So yeah, so
how
to give you an idea for an attack action, pick a weapon. If there are enemies within 1 inch.
In 1 inch.
Yeah, so 1 inch is the engagement range.
Okay. So I can do one of 2 things. I can actually go in this corner and contest this corner because you have 2 guys over here. So I have to put 2 guys over there. I'll actually contest it and prevent you from scoring, or I could actually contest and win this one, but you'll win that one, so it's a bit of a wash.
It's a win-win.
And actually 2 or right. And the beast has how much health? That the beast is pretty tough actually.
Yeah, it has 20 wounds, right?
Yeah. Yay!
Yeah, so guys, just so you know, we have a
MacGyver the situation.
MacGyver again.
Turns out we're not actual MacGyver.
No.
Alright. I've got another triple in the pocket though.
Trips.
And I could
do check there's still
a snag. I already did that.
That's good, right? There's no MacGyving stuff needed.
Okay. No. Boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So there's not anything super interesting I can do with the trips.
That's what I was trying to do. And I want to play together.
And then my leader actually needs to go. If he's 5, he can actually...
Gotta go.
Oh, he can't actually contest, or he can't get far enough. So I guess I am just going to go for this corner over here. Because he already went... what's his movement? This big guy.
4.
4 and 4.
I get plus.
What's the range?
His attack is just 1.
And you can get 5.
Get to 5.
6. So actually, all I have to do is actually be on this side. So I'm just gonna make normal move, and that's that.
You can also pick a weight, just so you know.
A what?
Weight. Just weight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's...
You can also put it on this guy or something, because...
But then the weight means that one of my models only has...
One action.
One action at the end of the round, or...?
You can use it at any time you want.
Okay. But I do already win this side anyway, so it's not pivotal. So okay, I'll wait. I'll wait with my hound.
You wait with your hound. Yes. So you pick just this thingy as one side.
Yep.
So wait.
Yep.
Wait.
I'm waiting with the hound. Okay, so the camera's actually
crooked?
Far off now. Yeah.
Is it crooked?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to fix that. Hold on. You go fix it.
That's not. That's the wrong side.
Yes. Nope. Further.
Further.
Yeah. Okay. Guess that'll do for now. Sure. All right. And we're back.
And we're back. So, what I'm gonna do. So, this I will never win.
No.
This weapon is off again. But this is with a...
There we go.
Magnet.
Now watch me whip.
And watch me nay. So I can either be a real pussy, but I won't. So I'm just gonna make a double move with this guy. And I'm going to use my 2 doubles to make him movement 5.
Okay.
So I can actually move 10. So this is 9. So he will just go here.
Okay.
So if you move with this guy has movement 5 or not, your leader.
Mine leader has a movement of 5. Yes.
So I'm just going to move it like this. That he's just out of your range.
Okay.
That's it. So the big juggernaut.
Good job.
The ogre. Breacher or whatever his name is
has breached.
Has made his move.
He's made his mark. Yes. Okay.
So
I swear.
Everything is falling.
I swear. Everything's just falling.
Yeah, we had to make a little bit of a MacGyver situation over here because normally we would play on the bigger table, but that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, it's professionalism all around today.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's cool.
You don't mind. Sure.
I really don't mind.
All right, I could actually go with my. I don't really need to do anything but score points, but you're gonna score 1, and I'll score 2, I guess, if I just simply move over here. So I'm going to wait. Does he have a ranged attack? No. I could do a...
So this chick activated, right? Yeah. So.
Savage Fury. And move... Wait, he goes how much? 6 inches over here. I would actually be... What was that? Was it your intention to be outside of 7?
No, outside of 6. Because then you need to do some shenanigans.
Some Savage Fury.
Yeah.
I could do Savage Fury. I could also pick my beast and use the triple for pounce, which means he makes a move, and after he makes a move, well, it says that when until the end of this fighter's activation, next time this fighter finishes a move action within 1 inch of an enemy fighter, it deals a number of damage equal to the attack or to the value of this ability.
Yeah, so it will be 6. I have 30 wounds on that guy.
Yeah. So I would do 6 wounds to him. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. So I'll set my triples.
Yep, and then you just make a move on 8.
Yep. And I'll move in here.
6 damage.
Is...
Alright.
to the guy.
Already did.
Right in the kisser. Rolling for it, and that's his only ability because he chose to wait. So now he's done.
So if I only have one guy remaining. So what I could do is make I cannot make the charge because I won't make it.
No.
So I can just stay on this side. So if you get 1. If you put him over here, you get
You don't score, so.
So I get 1. You get 1.
Mm-hmm.
Whoo! Some trickery. Some shenanigans. No, I cannot go on this side. I can actually go to this side.
Yeah, but if I kill him.
With what?
With this guy, because this guy isn't winning yet.
I have 10. I only have 5 wounds remaining.
Yeah, so he's very killable.
Yeah, you don't do a lot of damage with that.
I could roll lucky and roll a 6 or something. I don't know what his deal is. Yeah, that's doable.
Yeah, especially because you have 4 attacks now.
Yeah, exactly, because he's wounded. No, he's not wounded.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is wounded.
2 damage.
Oh, yeah, he did 2 damage.
Yeah,
That's right.
It was too big.
He played red from a trap.
I ready to play my trap.
You fool.
I'm just gonna go for the 1 point to be sure, and then you can actually get another point, but I don't care. So I'm gonna move 4 over here, and then I have to climb over it, so it's gonna be over here.
Mm-hmm.
For now.
So you're actually gonna try and secure this.
I already secured it because you only have 1 guy to move, so I get 1 point.
Alright, so you're securing 1 point, and I guaranteed have 2.
You could go for 3, but then you go scatter out.
Oh, that's okay. I'll go 3. Well, we need to. Because I could go 10 inches. Basically.
Yeah.
This is 8. Where's the line? Okay.
You cannot get that. That's too steep.
So.
You can climb on top of
think
it.
so.
You can actually climb on top of it.
Oh, right. You can climb on top of it. And then get this point. I guess I'll do that.
It's 2 inches.
Oh,
so
yeah. And
so
to get to it, I have
6,
to do
2, 2, so that's 10, so then you're on top.
I'll be over here. Yeah, I'll climb on top of it.
So you get your 3 points.
Yeah. I think that's worth.
So I go to 3.
But he still gets to go too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hold on. Alright, I'm just gonna... I fell down and hurt my tummy.
Yeah, normally I'm missing 1 piece of terrain that should be on top.
He's over there now. And now you don't have any models left. I'll put an X. X marks the spot. And then he still gets to go, so I guess he'll make his move.
Charge!
This is what he's been waiting for. He makes his move over here. And he's going to strike him down with furious anger. I'm wounded, so I get 4 attacks instead of 3. I have a strength of 5 versus your toughness of 4, right?
Yep. So that's 3s.
Yep. So I need 3s. 6s do 4 damage. Oh, I only rolled 1.
Ha ha! I love when I'm playing all together.
So that's 2 damage though, because he's got a big X.
Yeah.
So he lucked out, that guy.
Alright. So now I get 1 point.
And I get 3, so I get 4.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's go prioritize.
So priority roll.
1-1, so I got 1 double.
And you've got 4
singles, yeah.
4 singles for the priority. I've got
2 doubles.
And alright, so and I get a
what's that? I got a
destiny die?
Wild die.
A wild die.
Yeah, I'm so wild.
Let's get wild, folks. This camera. I'm just gonna put you back here.
Let's see.
You're thinking?
Yeah, I'm gonna make will I need a triple?
Will you need a triple? Do you have to decide first, by the way? Because how
now I'm just gonna think if I want a triple.
You're gonna stink, huh? I'm stinking. But like, how's the order? How's the order?
Who
has to spend their
me because I have initiative now.
Okay, but so I can't get initiative anymore.
You can if
not in this specific situation, but let's say that it's a tie.
Then you get to roll off, and then the one who wins the roll off gets the initiative.
So he spends it.
And then he spends it.
And then still I could say like, okay, I'm going to use it to actually increase my singles, and then I would still get the initiative.
Yep.
I see. Okay.
That's stealing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make another double with the 6s. That's it. Your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a 5-5. So I've got a triple.
Yeah.
And a double.
For the pounds. So easy.
So easy.
Pounds is so like easy. One of.
That's so easy, bro. Is that all you can do?
Yeah, that's one of the best. Like, but you have to make a move action, and you're in combat now.
True, and also you get to go first.
But first,
our warriors arrive. So this is the final round.
Yeah.
So it's a very quick game.
It's a very quick game, actually. Yeah. So, but you can see now actually what the problem is with, because I already played this match once with. You already see what the problem is with these guys. They are very slow.
Yeah.
So in this mission, I'm just gonna take a point, maybe, and
that's it.
Because you get 3 models. Oh, over here.
Because my guys.
You get 4 models over here, so you get that. So you see what I mean?
No, not yet.
Not yet, though. Not yet. No, that's. But I noticed in different games as well that this is just.
So you guys are going in over here, in this corner, which is I mean, it's pretty good because at least now you have this corner.
There's 2 here. I can actually just put this guy over here.
Yeah, you have to come within.
Yeah, so these guys can move over here to get a point.
Yeah. So I'm coming in from over here.
Yeah, you get 4 guys. And those guys have like 6 wounds or 8 wounds, so that's still not easy to kill.
Yeah, they're like little noobs, but they're...
I really don't... I mean, I think it's a very good game, but you notice now that it's like, oh, you're slow, okay. This mission is perfectly good for people who are...
So do I have to put my guys here? So these 3 guys
so
are
one over
here.
Yeah, so I'm going to put one over here. Yeah.
Okay, I will grab my guys, and but you could go kill one. I mean, they're not very tough.
But you have 4 guys, and I have only 3, and there is already 1 guy. So you're at 5 guys. You need to kill 2 in that quarter, and you can say, I really don't. I mean it. I really don't mind. I love it.
I love it. I'm loving this right now. Okay.
You can get into engage
the guy with a big sword.
Yeah.
He's got 4 attacks, 3 strength. So he's not super good.
Nope.
I guess I'll protect. I can come over here and just try and kill you.
Yeah, you can already put me into engagement range so that I cannot move. I have to use a disengage to.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that with this guy.
Yeah, but then if I then I can attack twice.
Oh, that's true.
So
I guess I won't do that. I'll just do this. Protect my sword guy.
Protect my authority.
There we go. We're coming for you.
All right.
Now you get to activate first.
Yep.
And so who are you going to activate?
That's not really a really hard question because it's going to be that guy.
It's going to be your leader?
Yeah. No, this guy.
Or the Iron Golem?
Yeah, and I'm gonna spend 1 double to give him another +1 attack.
Okay.
So then I'm going to 4 attacks. I have a strength of 6. Now it becomes 7. Doesn't matter, but so I have 4 attacks.
All right. 4 attacks coming into whom? My hound?
Yeah, to your hound.
My fresh hound.
Let's see if it works.
Alright. I'm curious.
So I do 12 damage.
Okay. Wait, you just do...
This is
5.
8.
Oh, okay.
And this is 4, so 12 damage.
Alright, so
you have 3
He's
three
got
left.
3 left, yeah.
So, problem? No problem.
No problem.
Let's just do that again.
There we go. He's almost dead.
Now I'm gonna seriously crush it.
You probably are, unless
Double
you roll
6.
really bad.
No. So I do 8 damage. So he's dead.
Okay. So he's dead. I'll just turn him around.
Yep.
You killed my dog, man. You killed... Oh, that and my leader fell down.
Yeah. I'll just put this over here.
And so he went. And so it was that he went.
Yeah.
And did crush my dog. You crushed the hound.
I wanted to kill it in one shot, and then I would like charge here.
Again, yeah.
And then not attack again, but just keep you into engagement range, so that you have to disengage.
Not happen now, my friend. Okay, what am I going to do? So he went.
Yep.
So I guess it's prudent for me to go, because I don't really care about this corner or this corner as much as over.
As long as you have 2, you win.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, I could go with him, try and kill him, just move him back.
Let's see. Yeah, and you have a movement of 4 or 5, so you can actually.
So you can't attack. You just can't attack me. Period. Or at least once.
No.
Sure, I'll do that. So I'm going to go with that guy. I'm not going to spend any doubles or triples on him. I don't think. I'm just going to try and kill him because I think it's very feasible that I'll just kill him with just my regular attacks. So I'm going to grab my dice. He's the guy with the axe. He's got 3 attacks. He's got strength 5 because he's still wounded.
Yep.
So he needs 3s again. And I've got 1 extra attack for 4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's dead.
That's enough. He's dead. And then I get to make a move. So I'll just move him. He goes 4 regularly.
I'm just going to check if I would have killed you.
So I'm going to move him over here.
No, I would not.
Okay.
I would not.
So I went. So I've hopefully secured that corner.
Yeah, I think so. So now what I have to do, this actually I cannot win this game anymore.
I don't know. I hope so, I guess.
So double move for 8. He's gonna move over here.
I'm gonna try and secure that corner. That's actually pretty smart. Because now I have to either keep.
So now, yeah. So now we can get to. You get 1 over here.
Yeah.
The thing is that if I don't kill one guy, it's just
it's just done. So this guy over here. He could do something, but you only have the 1 guy. So
yeah, I am within 8 inches, so you can actually shoot twice.
It isn't important. I've already accomplished my goal of securing this corner.
No, I have it.
Oh right, there's the one.
So
guy.
we contest this one.
Yes.
I contest this one, and we can.
But I'm not going to kill him. Not with him.
No.
Unless I.
You don't do it. You haven't been damaged, so yeah.
So it's not really important. She's going to probably secure either that corner or run over here.
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to secure that corner. But can she actually do something like attack and then still secure that corner?
She's quite fast.
She's got a 4-inch quick.
So how fast is she? Like she's 5 as well, right?
Yeah.
So you cannot actually be on this side except if you spend a double.
Yeah, double move. Yeah.
Then you get 6-inch for move. And then it's even tricky. Yeah, you can get there. Yeah, that's no problem.
Do I actually have anyone else who can make use of her pounds? No, it was only the beast that could make use of pounds, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So triple is the harpoon snag, which isn't really that interesting to me either. I could do Moment's Respite. I could heal my leader for 5, which would actually
gives you less attacks.
Yeah, that's true. But I could attack first and then use the ability.
True.
Right.
True.
I suppose. So he's over here. He's got a range of 1. So I would have to move down and then attack, and then use my respite. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. So he'll just move down here.
Those guys have toughness 5, by the way. So
sure. It doesn't. I'm just gonna try and kill you.
Yep.
So I can't. Are doubles any good for me? I could actually onslaught. Okay.
Your +1 attack. So.
Yeah.
You probably.
I guess I'll do that. I'll try. I could try.
So now you're.
So I'm going to spend my 2 1s, so I only have the 3 5s left.
Yep.
And he's going to. Okay, I'll Savage Fury. Savage Fury. Which is a better ability. It's +1 to the move and attack. So it's rush and onslaught in 1.
Awesome.
Yeah, for cool points. because I don't really need the extra movement. But,
so now you have +1 attack?
Yeah.
And +2 attacks, so you have 6 attacks.
6 attacks, yes. 6 attacks. I'll just roll these 2 red die over here.
Yep.
And so I'll need, I'm strength 5.
Thunder's 5.
Yeah.
So you need 4s.
4s. So it's 2 6s though, but
That's
so it's
enough,
10 damage.
then it's dead.
Oh, okay.
He has 10 wounds.
Alright, so I kill him. Sweet. Get out of here, Mr. Man. I am the Savage Beast.
Win.
and then I'll use my ability to heal him for 5 points.
Yep.
And he's actually, he's no longer savage and furious. Because he killed the guy. He's like, oh, that's great anger management. Just killing people. He's not angry anymore. So I rolled 2 lucky 6s, so that,
Yeah, you see what happens when you roll those. It doesn't really matter because you had a lot of attacks, so I think the onslaught was actually worth it. So, this guy will just move over here.
Yeah, there he is. Hi.
Your turn.
Okay. There's going to come a point where he gets this fight twice, because I have too many models. You have.
So no, you can still activate him, and I can only get to activate him, and then him, and then him. So, yeah. So there comes a time where you don't have to engage me.
No, I'm just gonna move her, in this corner over here.
Right over here.
Yep. So she can secure that, and yeah.
Oh man, I'm stupid. I should have just done him first. Just engage all of them, try to kill one, then move this guy, move these 2 guys in this one, then I secured the area.
You could have done that, I guess.
But I'm stupid.
You were busy being too furious.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I've secured this corner now because I moved my. I don't know what. There aren't any names on these cards. Do they have names, the warriors?
Yeah, they're on the. No, there's on this side.
But I'm guessing
there's on this side like this.
The whip woman. Oh. Well, look at that. So Beast Speaker. That's the woman with the whip. She went over here behind the building. So I'm currently now securing this corner.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put this guy over here with a double move.
There he is. So now you're going over there. So I'm
denying this one.
Yeah.
So you get 1 point. I can never get 2 points. So I think this is actually his game, but it doesn't matter.
We'll play it out. So I still have my. Hold on. There are names. First Fang, the guy with the spear over there.
Yeah, and he can't do shit.
Yeah,
you can't shoot. Yeah. This guy's over here.
But you could also move in range and probably. No, probably not. How fast is First Fang? 4. Okay.
It's not fast enough because you lose 2 inches for moving over here.
Yeah.
So you just on the other side.
Yeah. So I'll just throw through 2 spears at you. I'll just do them at the same time. But I could draw you in though.
With the triple, yeah.
I don't have any triple.
Yeah, triple 5.
I spent it to heal my.
You did.
My leader. So he has 2 actions. He'll throw his spear twice. I'll roll them at the same time.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter.
Roll them 6s, boy.
So he's not wounded.
Strength 4.
So he's strength 4. He needs force probably.
Yep, force.
So it's just 1.
Woo.
But he does do 2 damage with
that. So I have 10 wounds remaining.
It's a dangerous spear.
It's a dangerous world we live in.
First Fang. He threw his fang first.
Yeah.
Watch it, boy. That's what
Watch
he
it,
does.
boy.
Yeah. So you only have this little fellow over here, right? Oh, and your leader actually.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna play a little trickery.
Weasel.
And I'm just gonna secure this guy over here, and then there is a way I can do a double kill.
Okay.
So
I'm happy to see it.
Yeah. So I'm first gonna do this.
I'm over here. Leader over here.
Get me a point. My leader didn't do anything this turn. Woo!
What? But you do now have this corner. Because you now have 2 models over here. I only have the 1.
Yeah, but you already have this one. So
I know.
So you already have 1.
You scored that. Because you weren't going to win this one anyway, so this is actually smart. Moving one. Smart. So he went?
Yep.
Okay, we'll put a little X, marks the spot. And he went as well then?
No. He's still remaining.
We'll move this X for now. So I only have these guys left.
Yep.
Okay. He's going to wait. This guy.
You dick.
He's waiting.
So I'm gonna use my throw bolus.
Okay. Your pro bolus?
No, your throw bolus.
Oh,
I'm gonna throw bolus.
That's okay. I thought you said.
You know what a bonus is in
pro bonus. Pro bonus.
So pick a visible enemy fighter in the 6 and roll 2 dice. I'm gonna pick this guy. I don't know why, but I'm gonna pick it. Now I got to roll 2 dice.
Well, which guy?
Yeah, this guy.
This guy. My sword guy.
Mr. Mohawk.
Oh, Mr. Mohawk.
Now I need to roll the double 6.
Okay.
Because then he dies.
And then he just straight dies because you deal enough damage.
Oh!
Oh man, you got close though.
Now I do 7 damage.
7? I think you kill him. Wait, where are they? How are they? First of all, what are they called? That's the most important part. He's. Oh, they're just called plains runners. They don't have their own name. They're not important enough.
Where is their card? I gave you their card.
Yeah, they're over here somewhere. Oh, these
But
guys.
Yeah.
Oh, they have 7 health, so you missed by 1 health.
Yeah, you have 8.
It's a good effort though.
Yeah.
Good effort though.
So, because then I would now I'm just gonna straight up kill one other guy. I'm gonna engage all 3 of them.
Yeah.
So this way he cannot attack.
Okay.
Huh? I'm gonna roll 3 dice. I guess he has 3 attacks. 3 attacks. Strength 4, toughness 3. So hitting on 3s. 4 damage.
On the guy you already wounded or what?
Yeah, I'm just gonna straight up kill it. I just want to kill something.
No, I can attack. Left. Alright, you killed him. You done killed him good.
Yeah, so it's good. It's okay.
Okay, is it?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it though?
It's a good. It's a good though.
So I guess those 2 are left now. So if I wanted to disengage, that's an ability, or
Yeah, that's one of the actions.
as an action.
Yeah,
and
so
that's a
then
normal move.
You move 3, and if you cannot get outside of an inch of me, you fail.
Okay.
And you can't pre-measure, so it's not like you didn't pre-measure it now.
You can't pre-measure at all in this
Yeah,
game?
you can. You can
Oh, you
pre-measure
can.
always
Okay.
throughout the whole game.
I was just curious how fast they are. There are 5, so I could move 8 anywhere basically by disengaging. Or this guy could move doubly.
Doubly.
It doesn't really fit through here though. Look, so he can't go anywhere. I don't think.
No, you cannot.
Mm.
That's straight up gangster.
These guys are small. So I can attack you though, because the
The base is only 25 mil.
yeah.
But I'm not in base to base, so that actually.
That guy? No, I guess.
Yeah, it's good, man. I don't care. You have to make a move and then you're within.
I think even still I can get within.
So
this guy,
smart.
wait, what's his name? First off, what's his name? Prey taker with sawtooth blade.
You're not gonna kill my signifer.
I'm going to. Your signifer. Signifer.
Signifer.
Oh, signifer. I feel red today. All right. Anyway, I've got 4 attacks. He's not wounded, so I'm only strength 3.
Toughness 4.
So I need 5s. But I'm going for 6s anyway. Yeah. I got 1.
Oh no.
So he deals 2 damage.
13 remaining.
Okay. So now it's your turn, but you went with everybody.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
So I'm just gonna try and kill you with my
Plains runners.
plains runners. Run the plains, my boy.
Double attack.
Double attack. Yeah. First guy, double attack. Give me another silver die. Alright, first guy, I'll just do his attacking twice in one go.
2 damage.
Which is 2 damage. And then the other guy, this is the same thing.
There's only 1 attack because he waited.
Oh yeah, that's not true. So 1 attack. But I'm gonna roll
triple sixes.
Trip 6s and kill you. No,
No.
I do roll 2 5s though. So how far is it?
I have 9 wounds remaining.
Okay.
So this is the end of the game, right?
Okay. So let's end of the game.
End of the game. So you actually get 2 points extra.
Right.
I don't get any. I get 1.
Screen, but actually,
I got 1.
I've got 1, 2, 3 models.
And I got only 2.
Decided you've got 2, so I've got 1 point. This is yours because you've got 1 over here, and your leader, and I only have my leader, so you've got a point. And over here I've got 2 guys, you've got 1. So I scored 2 points to your 1 this turn. I had 4, so I've got 6 points. And you,
So you win by 2.
because you've got 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the end of the game.
Yeah.
This is a fairly easy way to play this game. In a tournament, you would also have hidden agendas, meaning you can pick 1 of 6.
Okay.
In a whole tournament, you can pick only once, and then you get like secret points that in the end you can like win the game on your hidden agenda.
Oh, okay.
So if
you're tied or something.
If it would have only as well if it would have been 5-4, I can tie it with my hidden agenda.
Because how many points is a hidden agenda?
Yeah, it's just 1.
Okay.
So it's always 1.
Okay.
What actually makes you like kind of aggressive? Let's go aggressive with my leader. I don't care if he dies. It doesn't give me any. I don't lose points if they die, and then I have kill your leader.
I mean you lose models, so I guess that could be a disadvantage because you need models to win the scoring of the sides.
Yeah.
But losing a model doesn't actually lose you the game.
Nope.
So are there different missions where it's who kills the most models?
Yep. There's 36 missions. So
okay. So it isn't always like a claiming a territory.
I can read you like a fairly. So there's 12 like.
Hey, Lenny Crafted. Welcome to the.
Hey, how you doing, man? So we just already finished the game.
Yeah, you're.
It doesn't matter. You
came in late.
The funny thing is that it's like 5 to 6. You can actually play a game in half an hour if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But to give you an idea on what the narrative. So these are all. So match play, of course, there's in the book. There's also different ones that's quite fairly easy. At the end of each battle round, each player scores 1 victory points for each objective they control, because you have objective games.
Okay.
So, and most competitive missions have objectives.
Okay.
So, and that actually makes a big difference.
Okay. So there are tournaments for this?
There are. I don't hear a lot about them, but that actually means that we have to do them, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is.
I mean, we do Underworld as well, or we did.
I think it's first off, I think it's a very fun game. It's very easy to pick up. I suppose
there's a lot of depth.
The difficulty is that there's a lot. So there's a lot of rules and special abilities and learning all the warbands do.
Yeah, especially if you have all the warbands from all the rest of the.
So there's probably a pretty big learning curve if you actually want to learn about how to properly fight against all the warbands. You've got the different types of missions.
Yep.
So it's easy to pick up, but I think it's actually pretty hard to master. I'd say. I think it's
also because right now what we did not do, like round 1, we actually like kind of ignored each other.
Yeah. I actually forgot about the mission on the first turn. I was just doing things.
So what you actually can do is sacrifice your dog. He's one of the best in your warband, so you don't think you want to do that. But what you could have done if you get first turn and you can engage all 3 of my models, it's like, okay,
you're not going anywhere.
You have to either kill it or you cannot really move that much.
Yeah.
So right now we did not make any use of the I'm going to engage you even though you can kill me, or you have to use your action to get rid of me or do something.
Yeah.
Hindsight 2020 for me, what I did wrong was to move over here and do the damage, because it actually gave you a lot of extra points like attacks and strength.
Yeah.
On your
you activated that twist for me.
So I think that was not the best move, but it's okay. I really.
It was a cool move though. You did like 15 damage in one go. That's a lot of damage to do with one model.
Yeah.
Who's not like a leader type model.
No.
Because he doesn't have the big damage swing on 6s.
No, he actually didn't. Yeah, he doesn't have.
So it's a great way to actually make him do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and I had to pick him in my shield, in my dagger.
Why?
To make him come in first round, and just say, okay, I'm gonna.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like a good surviving.
And I could use a trip to respite him if necessary. So
the big golem.
The big golem. But I think it's a fairly easy game. It's quite fun as well. The warbands are actually like these. I actually bought these painted.
They're excellent models as well, actually.
Yeah, I cheated a little bit, but this guy just painted it mostly with contrast.
Yeah, well, they're good models.
I think I can actually paint one warband in a day.
If you really want to, I guess.
If you really want to, yeah. And the hard thing with the game is, I guess, all the different warbands, because you can see that, what is this? So these are like Daughters of Cain. See how many guys you can choose. Like two
so
full pages.
There's rules for all the factions that you would normally play in Age of Sigmar. There are rules for them, so you can actually play them in Warcry.
Yeah, yeah. So a Slan Mage, for example, your list is 1,000 points. So a Slan Mage is actually 250 points.
So there's actually a book, guys. Here's the. We showed it at the beginning. So there's one for order. There's one for death. There's one for destruction, and they are basically like a battle tome. for Warcry, for all the factions, where you can see which of the units, you can see all the units that are available in each warband, so you know which models to buy and what they would actually do.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that even for like General's Handbook for 40k or for Age of Sigmar and the what's the name of the one for 40k? Chapter approved.
Mm-hmm.
There's the same for Warcry. You have Tome of Chambers.
Okay.
So it actually is just
Champions.
Yeah, Tome of Champions. That's actually more campaign rules. So you have campaigns for every faction.
Mm-hmm.
So the Zerafon have a campaign. And then you have to do like 12 missions.
Mm-hmm.
And you can actually play a very well thought out campaign.
Okay.
And there's new pitched battles. So that's with 5 objectives in the middle. I think it is.
So Lenny says it's like Kill Team, but with extra woman.
Yeah, indeed.
It's pretty much the Kill Team for Age of Sigmar.
And I think it's even easier.
I think
with
Kill
the
Team
dice
is a
rules.
bit,
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, I roll a 6. Okay, I do a crit. Oh,
it works different, but the idea is pretty much the same.
So Lenny, for your idea, so the big guy I had 30 wounds.
Yeah.
And I played against the Kurnoth Hunter, like the one from the Sylvaneth.
Mm-hmm.
He had 35 wounds.
Yeah.
And
but you have big damage swings as well. So you could bring down a guy like 35 wounds in a game on a model in an Age of Sigmar game is a bonkers amount of wounds.
that would be a sub.
I think the only models with that many wounds are the new giants.
Yeah.
I don't think even they
have
many models.
They have 28 or something.
It would probably be just around 30.
Yeah, they have.
So some models in this game have an seemingly enormous amount of wounds, but you could pile on them with all your models. You could have these big damage swings and abilities that could easily bring one down very quickly. Yeah, indeed. So, for example, the Achillean King, that's the one from the Iden of Deepkin on the thing. He has 38 wounds. Yeah.
I mean, that just for other games that would not make any sense, but for this game it actually does, and it works very well. Lumineth already has their own rules, so. I think there's some real play in this game.
Yeah, it is for sure.
And it's fairly easy. So I think we, if we have the time, we could actually do some.
We could do some more games. I mean, we've been trying different games the last few months. Anyway, I think this is a very enjoyable game. But for you people at home, if this is something you'd be interested in seeing a bit more, let us know, and we'll gladly pick up the game a bit more. It's very easy with a game with warbands that only have like max maybe 9 or 10 models. It's easy to get a lot of them.
Yep.
For a very varied, it makes it easy to vary warbands and get varied gameplay.
Yep.
And there's, like you said, with the deck, with the 36 cards, with the missions, and then there's even an expansion book with even more missions.
Yeah, and I already have a different set of terrain that can work with this perfectly fine, with the mausoleums and stuff.
Yeah.
And these actually have those cards as well.
Yeah.
So you can actually when you buy the terrain set,
there's the same base game in every box is what
you get the 36 cards to make different layouts for that.
Oh, thing. I see. Okay.
So these you won't get any extra.
Yeah.
But you'll get this one.
Yeah.
You get a few twists, I guess, but not.
Yeah. Okay, but still, there's even more variation. I think 36 mission objectives. And then with 36 twists,
it's a bit extreme to know them all.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's very easy to just read the mission and go, okay, I have to, and adjust. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a super complicated mission. It's just have the most amount of models in each quarter and get a point for each quarter you have.
Yeah, it's actually quite easy. It was very, very easy one. So that's one of the reasons why when I picked it, I was like, yeah, this is good for your first game, right?
It was very fun.
Yeah.
And even then, I felt a bit overwhelmed at the beginning, but because we were just going.
Yeah, just
right?
go. Yeah.
Because I literally just picked up the game. I hadn't read anything about it.
I told you one little thing like, okay, this game is easy.
You told me like 2 weeks ago we should play this one time, and then today we were like, okay, we're playing this, and I hadn't read anything. So this was literally me just
kicking my ass,
learning as we go, and I guess winning. I guess. But you're also very new to this game. But it's a very fun game.
Yeah. So I think we can actually say that we're gonna do this again pretty soon.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially if there's like maybe a day or something that we can say, okay, I'm off on a Saturday. We can just play 2 or 3 games of this in a row, so we can get a little bit more feeling. We don't have to always stream, of course, just to give it a little bit. Okay, you're gonna play with your orcs. I'm gonna play with my Xerophon. Let's see what happens, because those will have different. Those will get the same card. They all have a card like this, so you can kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Are there actually for the collectors? You know, there are people that like to collect and have the cards. Are there like these cards for every faction? Or?
Yep. Yeah.
So you can just
you can actually buy them, but I don't know if they are updated with this one because there's also these cards in there. But I don't expect them to have 36 cards for.
Well, you know, Games Workshop. Whenever they get an opportunity to sell you new stuff, they usually go for it.
Yeah, that's true.
So maybe they will.
Okay, so. Was a good game.
Was a good
game. Had a good time.
Yeah.
I think next time we can even play it a little bit faster, so we can maybe even play 2 or 3, or maybe best out of 3. You never know.
Yeah.
For next week, Stefan.
Yes.
What are we gonna do?
Well, we've got a pretty exciting thing for next week. So to you, everybody at home, next week we've got our second episode of a Judge's Call. A Judge's Call is basically a talking show with hosted by me and Daniel from Team Firebug over in Germany, one of our good friends over there. And we basically talk to different tournament organizers
around the globe.
So around the globe, yeah. So last time we had Dino.
Yep.
And he organizes tournaments over in Amsterdam. And we'll just talk about what it's like to be a tournament organizer, what's difficult about it, what's fun about it,
how to be a TO and a host at the same time.
Exactly, how to be a TO, how to be a host, and then we'll also have rules questions. So you've got these.
Sometimes you have these rules. That's like, okay, if I read it like this, I can actually say, okay,
yeah, it's very
A
ambiguous.
or B.
Yeah.
So what's it going to be? And then actually the one who's the guest will actually explain to us what his
We'll talk to him about how he would rule.
Yeah, how he would rule it and why he would rule it like that.
Exactly.
And that actually gives some insight to other people as well. Like, okay, if I want to TO an event. Last time we had Dean, who is very like, okay, what does the overall community say? But there are also like other judges, like, okay, I really want to know this for sure, so I'm going to check it out myself.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some cheeky little rules question next week, and if you have any questions, you can always put them in our Discord. Say, okay, how would you rule this?
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a very good ruling this week about the new dev card stuff, so that's actually something we can actually talk about next week, maybe. But what we're going to talk about, we're going to talk with.
Yeah, so we've got a big person this week. We're very excited to actually be able to talk to Ricius from Frontline Gaming. And that's pretty big, right? He's a pretty big name, a pretty big hitter in the tournament organization scene. And we've got him on show, so that's next week.
So the front runner of Frontline Gaming.
Yeah.
Everybody who plays a little bit of competitive play knows the ITC ranking.
Yeah.
Just remember that he's the guy who, together with all his
Frankie G and Papa.
Yeah,
his partner.
He made it up.
Yeah.
Like, he said, okay, we need this ranking system.
Yeah.
And right now, I actually know that Dino actually won Best in Faction Dev Card this year.
Okay.
So congratulations to him. He didn't win anything. Like, normally you would win some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But with the COVID situation, you don't.
Yeah.
But he got an email this week and be congratulated by them. And I mean, how good is it that one guy on the other side of the world is like, okay, you did such a good job. We're gonna give you a big heads up and everything.
So we've got a faction champion, as it were, actually in our midst.
Yeah. So Rishi is actually gonna talk to us. How does he run the Las Vegas Open?
Yes.
How does everything work out? And I mean,
we'll also just talk about a little bit about him as a person.
Yeah.
Because often when somebody is known to, usually if he's known as a tournament organizer, and I think it's always fun to just talk a little bit about him as a person as well. So we'll be doing. So it's a split interview. We'll be talking about him personally a little bit. Get to know.
How did he start with the hobby?
Yeah.
How long ago?
And then we'll go into the serious business of tournament organization, rules questions. We'll be putting him on hot calls, asking him rules questions that he has to answer on the spot.
And there's one really big thing. We really want to ask him some questions from the audience as well. So if you have any questions for Recius, we have a Google form actually. I think I can actually put on the thing right now on the chat. So I'm just gonna copy this real quick. Copy the link. If you want to ask him any question, and you can ask anything you want. We're just gonna select a few, and the best question is actually gonna get a nice prize. So please ask your questions. You can ask anything. We will select them anyway. So if it's a really stupid question, we won't ask. Like what do you eat for dinner or something? Well, you can ask him.
The most interesting and coolest question selected by us wins. And not only will we pose your question to Reese, you get a nice prize as well.
Yeah, you get a nice prize. I think it's time for us to clean a little bit and have something to eat because we have to be back before curfew.
Yeah, or else we'll get fined.
And it takes a little bit more time to clean up than most people think usually.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
It's always the case.
Yeah, so we at our workshop at the Crone like to thank you for watching. If you have any questions regarding anything we do, if you want to join our Patreon, if you want to do anything, want to support us, if you have any questions about running tournaments, renting terrain, renting mats if you don't have mats but you have the terrain, anything you really want, we are there for you.
Yeah, for sure. So to everybody at home, stay safe, stay healthy, have a great evening.
And see you next week with Judge's Call.
Exactly. Say bye, Martijn.
Bye-bye.